Yingluck, the woman, the myth, the legend. Loved by many of her supporters, the people of Thailand seem to be obsessed with her. So what is it about Yingluck? The beauty, the fame, the scandal? To begin with, we must first address some background on who Yingluck is. Yingluck was born on June 21, 1967 in Thailand. She was the youngest of 9 children, with her older brother being Thaksin Shinawatra, Thailand's former prime minister. When it was time for her to attend college, she never picked an easy way out. Instead, Yingluck excelled at Chiang Mai University and then proceeded to get a master's degree in business administration and political science at Kentucky State University. Before her political career took off, Yingluck was the managing director at the telecommunications firm that her brother founded and then proceeded to be the managing director at the SC Asset Company, a firm involving property management. In the year 2001, Thaksin, Yingluck's older brother, ran for prime minister. Although only in office for a short period of time, he was responsible for putting together the Pheu Thai Party that originated from the People's Power Party, and before that, the Thai Rak Thai Party. The party itself is mostly made up of rural voters with a populist agenda, who supported Thaksin through and through. Thaksin was forced out of his role in government, however, in 2006 when he was jailed for corruption charges. This made way for Yingluck to run in 2011. Yingluck was highly supported by the Pheu Thai Party that Thaksin left behind. In fact, she faced criticism, saying that she had no political experience other than her relationship to her brother. When first getting into office, Yingluck promised to work hard. She's completely unprepared of what was going to come her way. It was simple bad luck and bad timing. 3 months into her ministry, the country of Thailand faced severe flooding in which the government appeared unprepared. Yingluck proved herself worthy of her position, though, when she pursued a bill that allowed the government to compensate victims of political unrest. In addition, she focused on mending the military with the royal palace. Like the infamous Icarus, Yingluck also flew too close to the sun, when she decided to focus on the Pheu Thai Party and offered a rice subsidy policy. This, in theory, meant the government would buy rice from farmers at prices that soared above market rates in an attempt to boost rural incomes.
แต่รัฐบาลก็ล่าช้าเรื่องเงินเยียวยาครับตอนนี้อยากให้รัฐบาลรีบจ่ายเขาเพราะว่าเขามีหนี้สินมีภาระต้องจ่ายในครอบครัวครับ
Although paved with good intentions, this controversial program led to the government losing billions of dollars in stockpiles of unsold rice. With this headlining an onslaught of opposition against her, Yingluck was eventually impeached from her role in government in 2015 and faced trial.
Thousands of protesters cemented entrances to Government House to prevent Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra from working there. At the same time, farmers blockaded Yingluck's temporary office, demanding payment for rice. It's the latest in a crisis that's been intensifying since November.
Being charged of such crimes and sentenced to many years in jail, Yingluck was forced to flee the place she once called home. She joined her brother Thaksin in London to vacate the scene of the crime. With Yingluck absent, her trial remains deeply controversial due to the amount of fans she had gained in office and still has. Her dedicated supporters protested her verdict and continue to show support for her even when she is no longer there. The love that Yingluck receives from the people of Thailand echo that of the relationship between the people of Myanmar and the adoration of Aung San Suu Kyi. Suu Kyi is best known as the Lady of Myanmar, or just the Lady. She has also been called the Iron Butterfly as well as the Nelson Mandela of Myanmar. But before I discuss how they mirror each other, let me first provide some background on the lady herself. Suu Kyi was born in 1945, the daughter of Aung San, who was Myanmar's liberation movement leader, who was assassinated in 1947. Suu Kyi completed high school in India and continued her education to study economics, politics, and philosophy at Oxford University in the United Kingdom. She married Oxford academic Michael Ayres in 1972. When she returned in 1988 to Myanmar, Suu Kyi was elected the Secretary General for the National League for Democracy Party. She ran in opposition of the dictatorship held by Yu Ni-win and even made nonviolent protests against him. Unfortunately, when the military government discovered her influence, Suu Kyi was placed under house arrest in 1990 and was forced to stay there for 15 years. Surprisingly enough, during her time of house arrest, she managed to make a difference yet again. When given the chance to flee her country in exchange for freedom, Suu Kyi rejected the offer and expressed that she wished to stay her whole sentence. By doing this, she was rewarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991. Upon her release in 2012, Suu Kyi decided to run for a position in parliament. Following this, the National League of Democracy continued to climb, and in 2015 it obtained almost 80% of the seats in parliament. It was at this time Suu Kyi received her position as state councillor, because the Myanmar constitution prevented her from being president. With the Rohingya crisis, everything came crashing down. In August 2017, a whole minority group of Muslims were being hunted down by militaristic government members who were out to kill. Hundreds of thousands of Muslims were forced out by their homes. In that process, many were massacred.
They are desperate to flee an offensive by Myanmar's all-powerful army that the United Nations calls textbook ethnic cleansing. Their objective, to force the minority Muslim group from the mainly Buddhist country.
Due to Suu Kyi's failure of acknowledging this as an ethnic cleansing, her role of being the hero quickly shrunk as her support turned against her. With this being said, Yingluck and Suu Kyi still have a deep fan base. In fact, some of her supporters don't even see the Rohingya crisis as their fault, and instead blame the army. Even after Yingluck fled the country and Suu Kyi seems to continue to allow an ethnic massacre to occur, their loyal followers persist. Yingluck is still viewed as the hero to the farmers in the Populist Party who she helped. And Suu Kyi is still seen as the victim of corruption and misunderstanding. Both these women hold a great social media presence through their fans and even respective scandals. This causes a legacy to outlive them even when they're gone.